Okay, tonight's homework is going to be finding the volume of complex shapes, and this can be a very, very challenging skill for the students as some of the sides are not marked and it's a little abstract. So the strategy we're using in class is to find the best place to cut the figure into two shapes. So here, the first one that we did in class, they already kind of showed the kids where to cut. So we just went ahead and cut right through, and I explained to them that if you're cutting this into two shapes, that 5 also needs to be cut into two numbers. The hard part for a lot of the students is figuring out what two numbers. So I always tell them, if you're looking for a height over here, look for the height on the other side. And if this height is 2, then this height is 2, which makes this height 2. But a lot of them struggle with that. I had a bunch of kids today thinking, well, if this is 4, then this is 4. Or just making just simple little mistakes. So the more that you at home can talk to them about it, and I in the class, I really feel that they will be confident in this skill. And if this is 2 and the whole thing was 5, then that leaves us with 3. Some of the students were able to identify 2, but then they struggled with how we got 3 here. So we just looked at, okay, well, the whole thing was 5. We used 2 down here, so there must be 3 left. But any help you can give at home with that would be really helpful in the class. So now down here, they have 8 by 4 by 2, length, width, and height. And that gave them 64, and I had them write it all out in class. And then up here, they have 2, and they have the height of 3, but this is still unknown. So I told them, if you're looking for an unknown length, look for that length on the other side. So down here is a 4. So this is a 4, which makes this a 4. But again, I still had students putting, they'd put 2 here, or I had one put 8 here. So it's just really talking them through, okay, if you're trying to find this length, you need to look at a comparable length to get it. Then they had 4 by 2 by 3, and that's how they got 24. Once they have these separate volumes, they can combine to get their total volume, and that's how they got 88. This one was definitely a lot harder because they had to cut it twice. So I had students cutting here and getting rid of this 6, and then cutting here. And this was really hard because now it's 3 shapes. This is probably the harder of the skill. So here is the height is 3, here is 2. But the problem is if this side's 4, this side can't be 4 because this is longer. So that's where we had to really think. And so we talked a lot in class today about, well, okay, if this side is 4, then this side must be 4. And if it was 6, that makes this 2. That's how we got 2 by 10 by 3. So we got 60 up here. Then down here, they had the height, they had 2, but they don't have this unknown length right here. So you had to find a comparable one, and that some of the kids really struggled with. So I told them, well, this is 3, then this is 3, which makes this 3. So finding what is comparable is probably the thing that I will be just repeating in class as much as I can. So that made this 4 by 2 by 3. That's how we got 24. But this one was a little more challenging because if this side was longer than this side, so over here they had to do 3 by 2. They had the height, but they still had to find this width or length. So up here is 3. So if this is 3, then that's 3, which makes this also 3. That's how we got 2 by 3 by 3. Once we combined them all, that's how we got 102. Anyways, this skill can be quite challenging, so just have them problem solve to the best of their ability at home. And as always, they can star things. I always tell them, set yourself a 5-minute clock. If you get to a skill and 5 minutes later you still feel baffled, it's okay to star it, get some help. But anyhow, good luck tonight, and I hope all of your kids are successful. I know they will be because they work so hard, and they really have shown great success with this in class. We've been working on this skill for a couple academic days now, so I really feel they'll be okay. Have a good night.